Okay guys, so we're on to the last stretch. Let us start properly adding the materials to this. So I've already allocated materials to all the trees, and I've made material instances of those. Now it is time to make vertex driven instances. So this is going to be mi sign, and this will apply to all the signs in the scene. We're going to make create material instance mi wood trim wood trim. Is that gonna work? Yep, cool. Haven't had any crashes yet. That's what we like. Mi tiling wood, and then what else do we need? I'll use this for the windows, and then we need a material instance for the building. Mi walls. We need material instance. Mi tiles. Roof tiles. A material instance. Mi floor. Create material instance. Mi gold. So this is going to be for some of the interesting parts of the building, and I think that's it for now. We'll just put those in our material instance folder. Cool, and everything looks like it is fine. So let's go through and make each one distinct, or let's just try it. Let's just try and apply them. So each one is going to look the same. So let's start with the floor. So that's going to be under here. Yep. Then we want to try. Let's get the content folder out as well. Content doc. Okay. Materials, material instances. Okay, so we want wood trim. So that's for the windows. And ooh, that tiling is quite obvious. Signs. So we'll just drag them on. So bearing in mind that I'm gonna have to do this, what, 20 times. We have, oh yeah, biggest sign is sign number 21. But I just went through and did all the naming conventions, and I thought it would be cool to name them, you know, sign 9, sign 12, whatever. Make sure it was in order. But we don't actually have a sign 18. No sign 18. Meant I had to go back and rename a couple of things. Is that all of them? No, got a couple up there. There you go. It'd be cool if I had a second monitor so I could do all of this stuff while you guys got to watch it from like the side. Like, I don't know if you ever saw those like Minecraft videos. I think there's a sign in there. We just can't see it very well. But ka-chow. Any more signs? Okay. Okay, now we want to do what's next? Gold. That's gonna go on these. And they've got a little bit inside them as well. Which apparently has its own material, so that's something I need to address. Post-mortem. Do something about that. Okay. One more. I'll just stick that one on there for now. Okay. I think every surface is covered except for that, but I'm not sure if this needs. Yeah, it would be faster for me to just delete that one. I don't know what this is referencing, but it's gone now. And we'll create a material instance for the paper and my paper. Yeah, so again, I want to point out, I know that this house generates too many materials, especially when you're taking it into account for nanite. Nanite is great with geometry, really doesn't like excess materials. Okay, so let's go through and fix them all up. So the floor, now we've got options here. I've made it so that you can manually change some of the components. So right now we're just using these, but there are wall textures. We don't really want to reuse those. So there should be an option for a base color. We can choose to add a base color. Also, I would hope it might be in the World-Aligned version, but I think I did make an option to let us maybe back here choose a second. Oh, okay, maybe that got deleted as well. That's okay. We'll just go forward. Don't like how these aren't generating fully. I wonder if my CPU is struggling with something. No, not really. Okay. Yeah, let's close this. We want to open the material, the waterline. Maybe this has it. That'd be cool if it was here. Nope. Okay, we can do it now real quick. So we basically want to make it so that instead of it using the albedo 2 and normal albedo, it uses like our own just base color, like flat base color. So I'll do it on the vertex driven one, and we basically just want to make 2 parameters. So this is going to be base color damaged. We haven't got very long to do this, so I'm going to do this quickly. That's going to go into B, and then we're going to make it another one. This is going to be base color clean. What just happened? I looked down at the keyboard and it's gone. Let's do that again. All right, clean. And then we've got that plugged into here. Okay, so now we want this to work off of a lerp, or a switch. Sorry, I meant to say. So plug that in there. Plug that in there. Plug that in there. So it should work in the same way, but now we've got a static switch. Static bool parameter, static switch parameter. There you go. And this is going to be no textures question mark. Just, oh, I kind of typed that how I said it. No textures question mark. And if it's true, we're gonna go there and there, and voila. Default value is no textures. No, yeah, like we do have textures for when we don't. Okay, we can close that. We can close this, and now there should be an option somewhere. There you go. No textures. Yes, we don't have any textures. So now it's still using the normals of the other ones. We can change that as well. We can just turn them off, but I don't think it'll be that bad to leave them as they are. So the floor, I'm just gonna make like a brown color, and I'll just make them very similar and have the more damaged one end up just being a color variation. Make it a bit more, I don't know, green. That'll go with the moss, and then we'll bring the normal intensity down so the wrong normals aren't showing off too much. And we'll just save. This is a very ragtag way of doing it. I would have spent more time implementing that properly, but yeah. So I'm gonna cross that off. The floor isn't that crazy. We can't see it very much, so we'll move on to the gold. So the gold, again, no textures. This time we really don't want to be using that damage. normal information. So we can come to the damage position and just like make sure there's no damage. -1. I don't know what would happen if we go into the negatives. I could probably put a clamp after if it's broken, but it should be fine. Now gold. What is gold? Like there, very saturated. Then I'll have a secondary like tarnished gold, which can be more like this. You might think that's, oh, they switched. That's fine. You might think that's what gold looks like, but the actual metallic makes it look more than it actually is. So this has moss, so we need a roughness value that applies separately from the moss. That's important. So for now, let's just, also the metallic needs to work separately from the moss. Maybe I will just add the moss after. The moss should ignore that. Ignore what you just saw. That was, don't worry about that. Yeah, maybe the moss needs to apply after everything instead of here. So let's take this out and plug that in here so that any changes we make don't affect the moss, because the moss is absolute. We can't affect the moss. So I will, what will I do? I will plug this into A and this into base color. See, it hasn't actually changed anything. Same thing with the roughness. I'll plug this value straight into there, and then take this all the way to the end for where roughness goes in. And then we use our little shift, click, and then there you go. Same with the normal. So click. Where's that getting added? Here. Let's plug that straight into normal flatten. No. We'll leave this one. We're not going to be messing with the normals. We're just going to be messing with gold. So let's save. We don't need to apply it. There you go. So now I think if we look in the scene at where this gold is up here, it is important that this reads as gold. So right now, oh, I'm in my camera. Whatever. Okay. So we want to take our enable roughness. So now we're manually affecting the roughness, and we're going to just whack it all the way at 1. No, I meant 0 because black is shiny. And then we want to get to our metallic and make that 1. Okay, so now we've got a really metal. Oh, it's probably because I took that way too far. So we want to put it at like 0.8. And also maybe not that. Yeah, maybe like here. This isn't perfect. And then let's bring that gold value up. There you go. The light is blue. It makes it look a little bit green. If I wanted to counteract that, I can make it look red. Now that looks gold. It is not. It is orange. So we're not going to do that. Because then if I change the lighting scenario, it's going to look funky. Okay. What else do we want? Nothing. I'm going to leave that as it is for now. Let's save that. And close it. File, save all. I have to keep saving. I need to make sure that we don't lose anything. Material instances. Let's go on to roof tiles. They're quite important. So again, this doesn't have a texture, so we're going to say no textures. It's made it black. So we want to keep to our reference, which I've got here. This is what it was. This is based off of this house, so we want this kind of green. If I just change this to keep on top, always on top. Sorry, it's getting a bit crowded. If I click that for the clean one, and then click, I don't know, just a darker version of it, or the dirty one, and then bring it down And also make it a little bit more browny. There you go. Cool. I can close this. No, I will just make it not on top anymore. So now we've got this, so we should mess around with it. Remember that our blue is responsible for the like ambient occlusion curvature thing. So if I bring this up, I'm gonna get that, which is kind of giving us the opposite of what we want. I could add an option to, wait, let's just see what happens if I push this into the negatives. Okay, let us, we want that but reversed. So let's just quickly come back down here. And if I do this, click, and then, wait, which one was the dark one? That one. Just, yeah, there you go. So now we've got some like dirt build up. Black? Nah. Like brown. There you go. Okay. We're getting there. I'm gonna leave that as it is for now. So save. Actually, no. I'll do the cool thing. I'll do the cool thing now. So if we back up, we've got a consistent thing going on right now. So we want to get the world gradient that we made in the other video, and we want to enable down and up. The tint from the top down, we want it to be not white, but kind of like low saturation gray, but like where the sun might have oh wait, this is from the bottom. Okay, let's just figure out where our line is. Can you see it? Ah, there it is. Like here. So apparently, let's see what happens if I put out red. There you go. It makes all the ones down there red. Because they're close to the floor, let's make them like the dirtier. So like this. We've got a little gradient going on. Bring that contrast value down. It's a really subtle addition, but it will definitely come through. So same here. We don't want white. We want what I was saying, the kind of like gray, the light, very light gray, low saturation. And then we want the contrast down. Bring that up so we can see where the line is. Move the line up and down. Can we see it? There it is. So out there is here. I don't know if you can see it. If we bring the saturation for the down value up, it makes it like really prominent where the line is. Or if we bring it down, so if we put it like here, now we've got a gradient. We've got a gradient. We can bring this contrast value down, and now we've got like a really subtle gradient. And if I made this like black, it'd be a lot more obvious, or white, it'd be more obvious. Changing the saturation makes it more obvious. So like if I whacked up the saturation for that lower bit, we're not going to do that. We're going to bring it down, actually. Yeah, there you go. This is more artistically directed. Okay. We'll leave that as it is. We'll save, close, get the, let's close that one as well. We'll work on that if we've got the time to. Okay, so now let's go to the signs, because they're a little bit jarring, being the same. It makes it look quite repeated, which I don't like. So we want to come to the textures, and moss stays the same. This is going to be, we will make them all editable, and then get our content browser up, docking layout, and get our material textures ready. So we want, oh, I haven't brought them in yet. Let me just find them real quick. Third year textures, designer, sign trim, 1, 2, 3, bam, bring those in. Okay, there you go. You can tell it is a trim because of the trim. Now let's put those in. We're just going to use the same one for the damaged for now, just because we're a bit short on time. Warning roughness. The roughness for one of them isn't liking. Or texture. Okay. Why is that? Let's look in the parent. If I plugged in AORM for either of these, would there be an option? Yes, because I've I don't get how that hasn't been flagged yet. Because we've been using this. I don't even remember doing that wrong. That's funny. I wonder if that's gonna make stuff look any nicer elsewhere. Okay. So there shouldn't be any issues now. Now they're all using their nice materials. I can just leave them for now. We could add I do like add a little gradient to each one. So let's do that. Gradient tint from the top is gonna be more white. It's gonna lose its saturation, but in kind of like a maybe, yeah, I'm gonna do it there, and then go up contrast, up height. I keep same thing. So this is green. This is gonna be green. I don't get how I didn't learn from that from last time. And then we're gonna put the contrast up, find where the line is. You can see it there. Oh, that is interesting because of how high the house is in the scene, and because this is using the actual height of the house, we have come across a little issue. So we need, okay, I guess we'll just be working from there. Let's bring that contrast really low. And just make the tint not very strong. Let's see what gradient we are working down. If it looks silly, I'll just turn it off. But that was actually a really good point. Oh wait, this might be stupid, but if I just grab like all of the landscape, fingers crossed this doesn't like crash everything. But if we just grab everything and move it up slightly, this might be really silly. Where's the pivot? Oh, G. So we should see. Oh, our landscape's not moving. Oh, okay. It just needed to update. Okay, that might have messed up our gradient that we put on the other one, but that's okay. We can come back to that. So, let's see. Why are you blue? Why are you blue? Have I got a base tint? No. Do I? No. Is it these values? It is the gradient enable. Is this one? Okay. We don't. It's too blue. Or is it too? Not blue enough. Let's bring it around here. Also bring the saturation up a little bit. There you go. Saturation. Now we can take it over to green. And then we want to bring that height down so it's like really close to the bottom. And then when we turn this one on, that's the one that's making it blue. I don't get why it's making it blue, because the saturation value isn't like crazy. But oh, maybe it's because it's taking it to 0. We do want the saturation to go down. Height from down. Let's bring that up like real high in the scene. Can we see the line? Let's bring that contrast up again. Where's the line, guys? And let's make this something stupid like black. Then we should be able to see it. Wait. There it is. Okay, so go from like here, bring that contrast back down. Then we get a nice gradient, which looks like it affects quite far. And then instead of being black, we're going to make that like, I don't know, blue, green. What looks right? Black kind of look good. Let's put black. There you go. And we want to turn the saturation well down. Oh, maybe not. Let's leave it as it. Maybe they'll be more saturated because they're getting hit by more rain. Okay. Next material. Tiling wood. Shall we do tiling wood next? Yeah. So same deal. This needs to change our textures. So let's just get our content browser up again. This needs to be, because it's wood tiling, we'll use this as the base color. I did have a second material in that Unreal file, but I can't reclaim it. So what I'll do is I'll use bark normals for the damaged normal. So it'll come through in the normal, but nothing else. And then we've got this and this and this. What's the issue? Samples, AORM, as color. Oh. I thought I turned sRGB off for this. SR. Yep, I can spell. It is off. So why? No, wrong one. We did apply it, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, we'll just ignore that. If it like visually actually makes a difference, then we'll change it back. We'll see. Okay, so now they are wood. We want to get that gradient again. So gradient. Can I copy? Copy properties in group. Ooh. Copy all properties in group. Paste all properties. Look at that. We learned something new. What's next? I don't think I really need to do anything else. This is wood. We could add more if we needed to, but we don't. We're just going to save that. File. Num shaders added. Okay. Save all. I presume these are codes for the individual references of like the meshes in the scene. That's what that's one of the things that got corrupted, which was sad, but we move on. Okay, so let's do the same logic here. We don't have the damaged wood, so we're just gonna use the trim sheet normal. Trim sheet. Ooh, bad naming conventions, or am I missing? I'm missing the roughness. Okay, where's that saved? Designer T trim sheet N. Okay, we'll find that. Let's just put bark on real quick for the damage. That might end up looking silly. We'll look. But that is because we are just spitballing it here. What was it called? No, it wasn't sign trim, was it? It was just trim sheet. Trim sheet. AORM. Oh, we have height as well, in case we wanted to use that. Just make sure that we turn off unable to edit asset. It's probably because it's still loading. Do we need to turn off sRGB here? Yay! Yeah, we do. I always forget about that. We did it for that one. Did we do it for this one? Nope. Cool thing is, I have just broken the materials. Good on me. might as well just carry on and break all of them. Last one. Ah, cool. We didn't do it with the moss, so it's fine. What about this one? Yeah, that's fine. Let's close all of those and go back into materials. So the mass materials aren't going to work now because they're going to have bad references, which is... Oh. Save. Why is it not outputting anything? Function, waterline, node, doesn't work anymore. Sample type is color. Parameter text object. The sample type is color. Should be linear color for the plastic clean AORM. This one. Shall we just? Oh, maybe it needed to be sRGB. All right, I'm gonna keep it safe and just put that back on. So I don't wanna break the materials, preferably. Jeez, that you guys can't tell, but that really messed me up. Can I use this trim sheet? Question mark. Let's go back to trim sheet. It's an issue that they're all moss. I don't know really what to do about that, but trim sheet AORM. I wonder if this is going to break my thing. Trim sheet AORM. Save? Question mark? Is that going to work? Does that look shiny? I don't think so. Oh, maybe it does. We can use base roughness instead. It's just not going to look as clean. Yeah, that does look quite shiny. Okay, let's just come back into here. Go into the wood trim. Get our roughness. Keep an eye on it. If we bring this value up and down, I'm not really seeing much difference. I'm looking up here. It looks fine. But brightness. There you go. I'll just whack it down. I like that much. Yeah, that's fine. Everything else is pretty fine. So we can go through and add moss position adjustments. So see here, we actually want more moss probably on these bits. The building should have less moss. So if we actually come to the wall material, this is using the material instance. We want it to be using our wall material. I thought I reapplied it. I guess I didn't. There you go. You can hardly tell the difference. Now, what happens if I paste all properties into group? Now, I'm not liking that. So we need to change the down tint because the saturation is like way too high. We want it to actually be less saturated near the top. And then we want to bring that height a little bit higher. Yeah, maybe bring that contrast a little bit higher as well. Not to like a harsh line, but that's pretty good. Down here, we don't want it to be red. I presume that's also the saturation's doing. We want it to be green. That's looking pretty good. Then we want to come into the moss position and just bring it down because the moss is too high. And then let's use our dirt. We haven't actually used our dirt yet. Well, we are using our dirt. It's just not very strong. So we can. Oh yeah, our dirt is also using a height, which is just something that I added for fun. So if we make it something like white, can we see it here? Yeah. If we make it maybe, what color would dirt be for this? Maybe more grunge, more green, or like a more varied. Yeah, there you go. Let's just do this. Then we can change the tiling and make it. See, there's issues with the UVs. That's why it's not a great thing. This one should be well aligned. I'll change it, and then we can increase and decrease. So let's put it like here, and then make the tiling like huge. And then I'm gonna go into the water line and change it so that this is water lined, which means that we won't need this, which is good. So let's convert this to no, let's just duplicate this. That's not what I wanted to do. So when you start rushing, and it just makes you slower in the end, because you keep making mistakes. Alright, so if I do this now, is that gonna work? Yay! Yippee! And then we want this. We want this value. No, actually, we'll use our own for this. Just to be quick, I'm not gonna organize this, and then I'll plug U tiling into the texture, and then let's delete that, and then apply. Let's see what that does. If this breaks it, I'll just take the dirt node off. Ooh. Okay. That didn't last forever. That's okay. Ooh. Don't worry about me. I'm just anxious. It might be that the dirt is also being driven by the green channel as well. So if we come into here, the U tiling isn't doing anything. Which is interesting. What is the U tiling? Did I plug it into the wrong thing? What an idiot. There you go. It's interesting that you can already see it, even though I didn't actually apply it fully. Also, what is with that? What is with that going on there? Like there's two at once. XYZ instead. Being applied everywhere. We don't really want it doing that. Let's set the default to like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll set the default for the tiling to be like 8. Something crazy big. Fly. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. You know what? I don't feel like dirt anymore. Is it because of this value? Is it because of this value being like crazy high? Or does it need to be higher maybe? Maybe it does. See, I don't understand what this secondary value is. Is it the dirt max? The dirt min? Like if I want to put it like here, does this affect anything? Not really. Gradient enable off. Didn't make a difference. Yeah, I wonder what's if I turn dirt off, is that still gonna be there? Yeah, what is that? What a silly thing to randomly. It's the moss, cause we know this. We know this. That's noise. this is moss. What a silly guy. Jeez. Alright, let's apply that. And start getting this thing shipped. And if you heard that gulp, that was a nervous gulp. Okay. We can turn that back on. We can enable dirt. It will just give us some nice variation, and we can increase the max. There you go. Cool. The only thing left is the paper, which just needs to have sorry if you can hear my chewing. Just nervous chewing. We need no textures, and then gonna give us black and black, which I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave it as black and black for now. And I'll change the dirt to be more green. You can see it there on the surface. Maybe more white actually. Like that. Change the tiling. There you go. Cool. So I think for the final presentation, even though the performance, oh my god, my PC, I can hear it reacting to that input. Okay, let's get a camera here, and just see if the forest generates something nice. It hasn't. Can I move the forest slightly and it will recalculate? Recalculate? No. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, cool little tip. Change it to base color. You don't need to worry about that. I noticed that we're not getting any grass, which is interesting. And I also keep getting... yeah, because base color. Base color also lets us look at all the nice variation that we've made. Let's bring this down. There you go. We've got grass. I don't get why the grass is so low in the ground. Maybe it's because we need to rebuild data. And when we rebuild that data, it should rebuild this as well. Yeah. Rebuild everything. Yeah. I must have just rebuilt like a little one. And then let's just quickly show as well our foliage. Oh wait, it's already in the scene. Why am I playing it? If I increase the moss, there you go. We get some sharp edges. So you want to decrease the contrast at the same time if you want to have it have more coverage. Yeah. Then we've got the ivy. We've got the signs generated. There's a nice gradient. Let's turn the PCG back on. Make a video explaining the PCG after I've handed it in. Let's see if that's recalculated. It hasn't. Okay. I wonder if I can like bake the PCG so that it layer PCG link. No. Generate. I feel it should be getting the ground data. Maybe I should delete it and bring a new one in. Or just delete it. leave it out. Okay, so where are the trees? There they are. So we just bring this in again. Still generating in the ground. What happens if I bring it higher? It just stops generating in those areas. That's very interesting. Surely it's getting the landscape data, so it knows where the landscape is. But maybe me moving the landscape has broken it. So why don't we move the landscape back down? Or okay, what happens if I delete the landscape? If I hide the Quixel forest. Delete the landscape. Can I delete the landscape, please? No? Okay. Oh, no way I've taken it that far down, right? Oh, crash. This crashes. I'll end the video here. No way. Please don't crash. 74 unsaved changes. What even? I'll watch the video back and see what those were. Because that's insane. Have I lost my mouse? Is that what's going on? Or has my PC crashed? No, here's my mouse. Not responsive. Layout editor. Damn. Okay, I'll end the video here because I need to concentrate on actually getting this handed in. But I will record again in a bit on some more breakdown. So thank you for watching.